can see there's a big hawk up there. And I always get nervous when there's hawks and I'm hunting because the only thing that moves is my head. And I always think that they think I might be a squirrel or something like that. I'm not as big as I am. And then I'm going to get some talons to the head. So he's flown past me, kind of probing to see what I am about 3 times. And I'm really not excited about that. Well, it was a beautiful Friday morning for opening day 2017. Only way it could have been any better is if I had seen some deer. I did get some footage of some squirrels, a hawk that tried to attack me, and a blue heron sneaking down the creek, which was pretty cool. Broke the tip off of my bow hanger, so the screw that goes in, that's going to be a little bit of a pain in the neck. See if we can fix it. And right now, just heading back to the trail, and I'll go pick Dan up from the lower lot and go grab some lunch. So at least we know we'll eat. We don't have to rely on our hunting prowess totally here. Lucky for today. Alright, so let's go see if we got Dan down there. I don't know who that is. It's not Dan, I don't think. No, it is. Look at that. Well, were you making your way up to the other lot?
Hot, buddy.
Alright, I'll meet you in there. It's a lot nicer in the dark, isn't it?
Oh, man. I couldn't walk that plowed field, boy. That was rough.
But they take it right down to the dirt.
And it goes halfway up, then it stops, and then it goes 2/3 of the way back, and then it starts again. I don't know what it is, but it's like walking totally uneven.
Right.
And it's muddy, so you're getting...
Yeah. I wound up probably 50 yards or 40 yards further away from the creek than I wanted to be, because I guess it was so boggy. I got down and I'm like, dude, I got to be on it. Like, I'm climbing a tree. And then the sun came up and I'm like, I'm a good 30, 40 yards from where I wanted to be.
Dude, it was wet in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I seen two. Right at first light, I'm sitting there, I didn't hear a twig snap.
Okay.
All of a sudden I hear like water pouring, and I'm like, oh, I know what that is. And I'm looking 20 yards away, and I'm like,
right.
There's got to be a deer here. But it's a gray light,
right,
you know?
right.
I'm like, well, maybe it's further than I think. Then I hear a twig snap, and I look down, and it's 3 yards from the tree. And she was there for a good 5 minutes, and then she knew something was up. She must have stopped where I walked. She walked off.
Took off.
I couldn't get film. I mean, I couldn't even see her on camera.
Right, right.
So I let her go. And about half hour later, 40 minutes later, a doe and a fawn come in. They go in from the field and go to the left, away from me. I'm like, oh well.
Okay.
Then the fawn's just hanging out. So as soon as I got camera light, I filmed the fawn. Not thinking I'm going to get shot. I figured she's going to follow mom.
Yeah.
Well, all of a sudden, mom comes back and was walking right underneath me. And by the time I got the camera on her and got the bow,
right.
It was awkward. And
yep.
then I'm like, do I shoot her with the fawn? Maybe I shouldn't.
Yep. You're like, forget it.
I raised the bow and she looked up. I went, eh. And she was gone.
That was that.
That was that.
Well, earned lunch anyway.
Yeah. All right, John. So it's kind of a repeat of Sufferfest from last year, but it's beautiful weather.
Yep.
And we're going to the same spot where we both doubled out. As we pulled in the lot, two yahoos from Pennsylvania hunting down here in Maryland, like us, showed up, and they told us they have stands in the woods. So we're just kind of walking behind them. Hopefully they're not sitting where we want to be.
In a different spot. Yeah.
Yep. Well, it's public land, and if they are, we'll wing it and kill a deer somewhere else.
Exactly. I'm not scared.
Yep.
I'll sit in a tree and watch the sunset.
Hey, I'll just make sure I take a dump under the stand before we go. Honestly, every time I come out, I jump deer right here.
On the way in?
Right there at that corner. What's that, 50 yards from the car?
Yep. Just climb trees. Wouldn't be the first time we found the spot, 50 or 100 yards from the car.
Yep. Walk out, there's a deer. Tell you we're going to hunt. Next time you come, you sit right by the car.
Shoot it, put it in the trunk. Field dress it at the hotel.
John, what's the joke of the day?
All right. So, there's a Marine Corps pilot, and he gets shot down, wakes up in the hospital, and he's in a lot of pain. He's connected to a bunch of tubes and pumps and all sorts of stuff. So he looks up and there's a nurse hovering over him, and the nurse says, you may not feel anything from the waist down. And he says, fair enough, can I grab your tits then?
I like it. All right, well, we ducked into the woods, and those other guys from Pennsylvania, like us, out here hunting public land, they kept walking, so we got our spot.
Yeah.
But our spot is flooded in water. But it's covered up in deer sign, like normal. So,
Deer like water.
yeah, they like water. They need to drink. And it's not 102 degrees like last year, but they're going to be in here munching on acorns and drinking water. So, we're going to kill them.
Nice. Yeah, look. See? I don't see boot prints, I just see tracks.
Dude, this is fucking spooky as shit.
Yeah, it is.
Go down here to the left. I think we're going to be sitting over top of water.
Yeah. I don't care, I'll climb something like this one right here. We're just going a little bit to where it opens up some. Where's this good?
I like going in here a little bit.
Okay. I'll follow you.
was up there. Just repeat last year.
Yeah, you want to just go up here?
Yep. All right, you're climbing?
I might go off that little island right there.
All right.
A second tree.
That tree leans, but okay.
Yeah, no, maybe I'll do this one.
You call.
Okay, yeah, I'll do this one.
I'm going to be up there in about 25 yards.
Okay.
Just like last year.
Okay, so this is it. And Dan's going right up over there. Hopefully we'll get some good shots. Gonna set up and try and stay dry, or relatively dry.
Alright, so it's opening night. Maryland Archery 2017. Passed on 2 doe this morning. One was questionable light. One had a small fawn with it. And now we're hunting a new piece of property. Not new, but a different piece of property. Just like last year, we're the same spot we killed our 2 deer at. In the video we called Sufferfest, because it was extremely hot. Today couldn't be any nicer for opening day. It's absolutely perfect. We're sitting in a woodlot with acorns. There is soybean back here behind me. And we have flooded timber all around us. So we should hear the deer coming in the water before we see them. I'm standing in a tree that's right on the edge of a dry hump. So, fingers crossed. We'll get a shot. It's about 4 o'clock now. We have until 7:45 roughly till end of shooting light. We're gonna go get some.
So far, no luck in the muck. It's just yucky. Lots of mosquitoes. No deer. Oh, he got away. I was just going to film the web, and then right as I was putting the camera on, a bug flew into it. So it's pretty cool. So, day 2 on the opening weekend hunt. sun just came up over the trees, so looking like a really pretty day. And I'm sitting here, right next to a sanctuary. There's big trees here and then little saplings as you go deeper in. I don't know if you can see it from here, but there's a trail that leads from the creek all the way up. From the creek down there, all the way back and up the hill. And it's pretty torn up, so let's see if something comes along it today. Another beautiful day. It's about 55 degrees now. Check in later. Hopefully we'll have something fun to show you. Besides spider webs and herons and things like that. Got him right there. I think I got him in the spine. I'm going to try and get another shot off on him. So I just found my original arrow. This is where he was. So you can see from where I was shooting, he was in some real thick junk over here. And I was over in a tree that way, so it was a tough shot. Kind of threaded it between the stuff here. May have ticked up a little bit and hit him in the spine, or I shot him for 30 and he went, you know, he was only at about 27, so there's the arrow. Gonna shut my Lumenok off. It looks like I don't have the broadhead, so I'll be extra careful when we're gutting them and butchering them. But you can see right here, nice blood. Didn't have to do much of a track job because he just basically kind of dragged himself up over that way, and then there he is. All right, and you can't see how thick it was. I knocked a bunch of it down to be able to shoot the video. Let me see if I can get this level. It might be a little bit better, let's see. There we go. All right, so September 9th. 2017, down in Maryland. It's about 20 after 8 in the morning. Got this buck at about 10 of 8, I guess. So I'm coming out of the thick stuff. Wasn't able to get a range on him, so I shot him for 30. You can see he's a tight rack, but would have been a nice 8-pointer get some height to his tines. But you know, he's gonna be a 7. This doesn't come up all the way. So super excited. 100% again on opening day weekend. Now I'm just gonna get a tag on him, which I filled out already, and work on getting him back over to the truck. And then when Dan comes down, we can get him quartered in the cooler and then be ready for our afternoon hunt. And I'm sure I'm buying beers over lunch. So again, September 9th, 2017, and opening day success. All right, so we're back at the truck. I've got the cart set up. I'm gonna put my stand away, and I put some water, the camera, and obviously my knife and GPS and radio back in there. And go back in and meet Dan, and then we're going to get this deer out. So he was climbing down, he saw a doe and a fawn coming back in, so he thinks he might have a shot on the doe, so he's gonna hang out there. I'm just gonna give him a shout when I'm heading back in. So we should have a buck recovery, then we'll quarter him up. Probably get back out this afternoon unless we have a late lunch and call it a day. See what happens, but I'm assuming we'll be back out tonight. Well, this is fantastic. We got down to the bottom of the property, getting the buck out, which was going to be a complete nightmare because it's all brambles, 45-degree hill. And we meet the new owner of the property, Preston, who has his quad. Super nice guy. He drives us up to the road, drops Dan, me, and all our equipment off at the road. So now I'm just going to walk back and get the truck, and then we are going to be in business. So I just got to get up to the corner here, make a left, down the road, make another left, and get the Ford in the parking lot. But you can just take a look. It's beautiful country, and it's a fantastic day for a walk. It's probably not even 70 degrees right now. So again, 100% opening day weekend, 8-point down, and great story to tell, and another great experience hanging with Dan and my new friend Preston. Outstanding. So the little walk back to the game lands turned out to be quite a stretch of the legs. I'll have to look at how far it is on the way back, but I've been cruising at a nice steady state, and still don't have a visual on the parking lot, but I think we're coming up right around the bend here. So still beautiful out. Feels a little bit hotter in the sun than it did before, but that's because I've been trucking. So gotta be I'd say probably a little bit over a mile at this point. We'll see when we get in the truck and drive back. Who knows, I could just be fat and out of shape. It could be about a quarter mile and I'm just whining. So I'll be back in the truck in a minute. So we're back over here. I don't know if you can see Dan out the back window there. I can see him. Let's see, we'll bring it over here. He's sitting on the tailgate. We got the deer on the tailgate, and we're heading back. This is exactly what I had in mind when I bought a truck. How dangerous is that?
Or a killer shot with the bow.
There you go. I'm so good I shoot 2 arrows. It's always an adventure, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Never know what's coming next.
We met some cool neighbors to the public land.
Oh yeah. Maybe they'll give us some private land to play on in the future. Ride on the back of the tailgate. What a country.
Hold him up there, let's see him.
I don't think so.
Not happening?
No.
Alright, we can
You
tongue us. Nice, buddy. Let's do the fishing thing. Get him in here really big. There you go.
Yeah, wait. Here, wait.
Yeah. Oh, look at how big them antlers are. Oh my God. And the new truck is publicly land christened.
That's it. We got it.